Blackwing deck profile I won the match in the tournament today is 3 Simoons, one in your opening hand, obviously. 3 Vadas, easy Blackwing dragon right there, and you can search off Black Whirlwinds. 3 Sudries, if you're a normal summon, you can search out many of the cards that name Black Whirlwind. Vada, another option is the Shamal, you search for Shamal. To pitch and play a Black Feather Whirlwind straight to the field. Basically another circumventing of Ash, like Simoon. 3 Gale and 3 Bora. I understand most people playing Blackwing Turbo right now don't really play those guys because they're playing in straight into Assault Dragon, but I'm playing Assault Blackwing tech instead of the current Blackwing Turbo. 2 Shamals, they're your usual target for Sudri. As for how you avoid getting Ash Blossom on Sudri, usually chain him with a Black Whirlwind, so that way you can go Black. That way the Black Whirlwind will be a target for Sudri, but you can guarantee a Shamal as long from an Ash Blossom. It's safe from an Ash Blossom.
All right.
You get 1 Chinook, 1 Kanaki, 1 Harmattan, 1 Orochi, 1 Zephyrus, and 1 Oster. That is it for the Blackwing, the actual Blackwing core, for the main deck monsters. We also have 3 Ash Blossoms and 1 Cybergar for monster. For spells, we got triple Black Whirlwind, as well as double Black Feather Whirlwind. That's sort of the staple, as well with the Blackwing Turbo. I'm playing triple Time Tearing Morganite, 1 Called by the Grave, and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Last but not least, traps. Triple Icarus Attack, double Black Sonic, double Delta Crow Anti-Reverse, and double Blackwing Twin Shadow. I realize most people are probably wondering why exactly is there so many cards. I tended to keep my decks around 45 cards instead of 40, because there are in fact a lot of times when your biggest threat in a swarm deck is being stalled. Fortunately, that is pretty much the biggest threat to stall decks in most metas, so I keep it a little over at about 45.
Alright.
For my extra deck, I have the 3 Assault Dragons, 2 regular Blackwing Dragons, 2 Full Armor Masters, and the rest of the extra deck is Assault Blackwing and other such support. Other such Blackwing monsters. I'm not playing any Links or anything, I'm playing solely Blackwing Synchros and Blackwing Dragons. I'll explain why as I go on. Blackwing Onimaru, Blackwing Chidori, Blackwing Nathung, the Starlight, 1 Blackwing Armor Master, the original, 1 Raikiri, the Rain Shower, 1 Sohaya, the Rainstorm, 1 Obsidian Hawkjo, and 1 Berea Storm, the Wicked Wind. Now, something to keep in mind with this deck is the Time Tearing Morganites. The reason they're played is because you can, how should I explain this? Usually you don't use much hand traps other than the Simoon and Shamal in the opening turns. You don't really use hand traps much else. You have the Ash Blossom, sure, but they're usually only seen in their early turns to stop for this deck, because you're usually trying to speed through the early turns. Because of that, other than that, they're pretty much just a level 3 tuner you can use for your Synchro monsters. Since most of your Blackwing Synchros don't actually require a Blackwing tuner, and level 3 tuners get into most of the things. So with Time Tearing Morganite, you get 2 normal summons a turn and 2 draws a turn in exchange for giving up your hand trap monsters, as well as any other monster effects that activate in hand. So Chinook,
And 2 normal or sets.
yeah, you get both of those in exchange for giving up your monster effects to activate in hand. So basically, it'll hit your Simoons, your Shamals, and then it'll hit your Chinook and your Ash Blossoms. Those are the things it is. Also in the side deck, which I haven't gone over yet, I played 2 Ghost Spell, and a Token Collector, it would hit these two. Play 3 Dark Ruler no more, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, 3 D Barrier, a Mask Restrict, Goes and Match, and Imperial Iron Wall. Now, back to the ways things are to be played. Usually, people are probably wondering why a Cyberjar of all things. Usually, you see it, if you have a Time Terran Morganite with this, you can set up all your plays, then Time Terran Morganite after you're done using any hand traps and just set him. Usually, if you're going to go that route, you want the other monsters on your board to be Blackwing, Full Armor Masters, and an Onimaru. Since him flipping face up will leave them completely unscathed, and you can still blow up the board and get out everything else. Because Onimaru cannot be destroyed by card effects, and as most people already know, even without me explaining, Full Armor Master is simply unaffected by the card effects. Another thing about the Assault Blackwings, most people overlook this, but they're actually very useful because not only are they tuners when the Synchro summon using a Blackwing monster's material, well, meaning they can also be targets for going into the second form of special summoning for Assault Dragon. But they also have some very versatile effects. Most people already know Raikiri. Usually he's the one Assault Blackwing that does get seen splashed in Blackwing Turbo. But you also have Chidori. Chidori is a really good in combination with Black Feather Whirlwind because he gains 300. He has a permanent effect that gains 300 attack for every Blackwing monster with a different name in your graveyard. Similar to Black Whirlwind, Black Feather Whirlwind takes the attack on the field when it activates upon summoning for its effect. So, for example, if Mystic Plasma Zone was down, that extra 500 would be counted for Black Whirlwind, just like it would Black Feather Whirlwind. So it's all Blackwing Chidori, when he comes down, that effect boost gets counted towards the check. For Black Feather Whirlwind, meaning almost every monster in your graveyard will be a viable target for a Feather Whirlwind if you're summoning him for the check. Tamer, of course, you just use him to summon back your Synchros. You use as necessary. And Sohaya, most people totally overlook this one. His effect is when he Synchro summon, you can target Assault Blackwing in your graveyard and special summon it. He will be a tuner, and the other one won't be because it's summoned back in the graveyard, not Synchro summon. However, since all the other Assault Blackwings are either level 7s or the level 12 that's basically meant to be Excel Synchro, so to speak, I think you basically get an instant into Onimaru, who is not only indestructible, he also has the effect where he's a tuner if he's using Blackwing monsters. His other effect is, his other two effects are, the first one is, once per duel, he can target a Blackwing monster's graveyard, his level copies that. The other effect is, if this card that was Synchro summoned using only Synchro monsters as material attacks, he gains 3k during the damage step only. So he's basically a 6k beater, indestructible. Very good mid-end game play there with Sohaya. If you end up needing a way to get into him. Usually you get into Sohaya with either a Ash Blossom and a level 2, if your Ash Blossom is left to be a tuner fodder with Time Terran Morganite, or you have Orochi, the level 1 tuner, and any of your level 4 non-tuners, like Bora and Sudri. And that is the deck profile that won this week's tournament.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.